Hi, welcome to my kitchen. Hope you guys like pumpkin cheesecake because that's what we're going to make tonight. We're going to make a pumpkin cheesecake using a ricotta cheese in the cheesecake instead of normal cream cheese. And we're also going to make a graham cracker crust. Instead of using store-bought graham crackers, we're going to make our own homemade graham crackers. And these are both from recipes I found on the internet tonight, and I'll be posting those recipes as well as with all the proper credits with this video, so you guys can try making them at home too if you would like. Alright, so we're going to start off first with making the graham crackers, because you have to make graham crackers to make the graham cracker crust, so that only makes sense. So we're going to start off with that, and I already made out my ingredients for you, so you don't have to watch me do all of that, because it's so much fun, I know. So let's get to it. Okay, so here we have all the ingredients that we need to make our graham crackers. There are actually 9 ingredients. And you can only really see 8, but I cheated and used 2 on here. We have our, actually this is organic all-purpose flour, and we use that mixed with our graham flour, whole wheat graham flour. And here in the middle we have sugar, and an egg, of course. Here's where we cheated and have 2 ingredients. We have salt in the lower left-hand corner and baking soda in the upper right-hand corner. We have some water. This is a mixture of molasses and honey. You can use either or a combination for this recipe, and I decided to use a combination because although I don't like the smell of molasses, it's really good in baked stuff. And then lastly we have 4 tablespoons of butter, which that's actual real unsalted sweet cream butter. It's good stuff. Alright, so that's what we start with. And we're going to go ahead and mix them all together and make some graham crackers. Let's do it. Okay, step 1. Set your oven to 350 degrees. Check. Step 2. Combine your sugar, butter, and egg into a bowl, which I've done here in my KitchenAid. And then you just mix it until it's creamy. Yeah, if you don't have one of these, everybody should get one. They're amazing. I do everything with it that's possible. One day, I'll get a super heavy duty one or something, because I love it that much. Okay, let's get ready for the next step. That looks kind of creamy, right? Oh, it kind of looks like a mess here, but let's see. Yeah, that's creamy. Okay, now we are ready for step 2. Okay, so really, I so needed to read the directions ahead before I started this because I was supposed to dissolve the baking soda in water. I had salt on the same plate with the baking soda. Yeah, that caused a little mess. So I've done it now. This is baking soda, salt, and the creamy mixture. Now I am to add the flour and the other good stuff. Okay, so here we have my big pile of mess. You can see that I cheated a little bit. Instead of using a nice prepared work surface on my countertop, I have the cutting mats here on top of my stove because it's a lot easier to clean than my tile countertop. So as you can see, it is so creamy looking, but it also is sticking together fairly decently. It makes like little clumps. Alright, so it's back in the bowl. Yeah, that first idea was a bust because it just didn't work. And then I realized that this stuff was supposed to do something more like that. It was too crumbly before. So I added about a tablespoon of water. And then I also tasted the batter, or whatever, the mixture, before I added everything to it. And it was very molassesy. I don't care for molasses. So because I'm going to use this for pumpkin pie, or pumpkin cheesecake, excuse me, I added a lot of cinnamon. You can never have too much cinnamon. And also a small splash of vanilla. And it's really good now. So take 2. I just had a very brilliant streak. Well, we'll see how brilliant it actually is. But how about instead of making the graham crackers and then breaking them up, what if I just used the mixture and pat it in the bottom of my springform pan? I think that would work too. And then I'll know exactly how much extra I have and what I can do with it. Hopefully I'll have enough to make some really cute little graham cookies for my nieces and nephews tomorrow. So let's try that and see what happens. Graham cracker mixture. Granted, it is a very thick crust, but when I put in what I needed for the crust, there wasn't much left. So I opted for a very thick, wonderful graham cracker goodness crust. Okay, so this is the stuff for the pumpkin pie cream cheese itself. We have here sugar. There is a mixture of pumpkin pie spice and baking soda. Here, we're kind of cheating a little bit. We didn't have 20 ounces of ricotta, so we have 20 ounces of cheese made from ricotta and cream cheese. Pumpkin, 2 egg yolks, vanilla, and also 7 egg whites. Yeah, it would have been like so much easier to take 2 egg yolks aside as I was separating the whites. No, I didn't do it. Again, reading ahead is not my strong suit apparently, but just in case, so you know next time, 1 egg yolk equals 1 ounce. So if you ever screw up like I did, don't worry about it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our handy dandy little KitchenAid guy again. Put your egg, see I got some yolks in there too, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah. So put your egg in there and then beat it until it's all like fluffy and stuff. So. Alright, are those stiff? I don't know what egg whites look like when they're stiff. They're kind of frothy. I don't know. Let's keep them going for a minute. Okay, so here we have everything that goes inside the filling except for the egg whites. The yolks and pumpkin and all that fun yummy stuff. Alright, those egg whites look a little stiffer. I think because of the yolk didn't come out as stiff as it should have. But you can see you have a hand mixer back there because a woman cannot live by her KitchenAid alone. Well, any kind of cook for that matter. And I've mixed up my pumpkin stuff and it looks tasty and I can't wait to fold in my egg whites now. And then after that it'll be ready to be. Alright, so here we go with a really bad shadow. That's not any better. Okay, so see how nice and fluffy that is? Oh, I was wondering what the purpose of beating the egg white was. So, yeah, this is going to be a very fluffy cheesecake, and I think it's going to be fabulous. Okay, so getting ready to put this into my crust that I've already made, and it'll be put in the oven here in just a couple of minutes. Yay, cheesecake! Alright, so here we have the filling and the crust all together. Oh, I should have used a very lighter bowl. This isn't going to work very well. Alright, well, I was going to pour it in and let you guys watch, but that bowl's really heavy. So, let me do. Alright, so here it is. Magic has been made. I just tasted the batter, and I've made a lot of pumpkin cheesecakes in my time, but this one just might take the cheesecake. Yeah. Okay, so it's going in. Alright, baking 50 minutes to 1 hour, and then magic will appear. Today was actual cheesecake tasting day over at my mother-in-law's house. The reactions were all really good. The only thing that people didn't really care for was the crust. They liked the flavor, but they thought it was too hard because the way I did it, honestly. So next time I do that kind of crust, I shall make the graham crackers first, bake them, then crush them up and make a crust like you normally do with pre-bought or pre-made graham crackers. So again, flavor was good, but they were really too hard. You couldn't really poke through it or anything. So they're just really crunchy, and it didn't help that I made them like super extra thick too. The full like graham cracker goodness. The other thing was that the texture was different than the one I normally make. Flavor was a little bit different, but also really good. The texture of the one I normally make is really thick, really rich, and a little bit goes a long way. The texture of this one was really light and fluffy, and you get away with having a bigger piece without going into a diabetic coma. So really there's some trade-offs if you like dense cheesecakes or light cheesecakes or whatever. This one was light and fluffy, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty tasty. And my husband, however, he likes the thick one better. So it's just kind of personal preference on textures and density of cheesecake and all that sort of thing. So I thought, however, that it turned out really well overall, and that's definitely something I'm going to make again, and I hope you guys try it too.